Toto, Africa. In the same line has Kilimanjaro, Olympus, and Serengeti. As sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus in the Serengeti. That's a lot of complex words. That's 3 complex words in a line.
3 proper nouns.
Right. 3 locations. 3 exotic locations. It's not like San Diego. There's nothing going on there.
Yeah.
But Kilimanjaro, Serengeti.
They really pulled off those lyrics, I think.
And that's why it's a classic.
Heck yeah.
That continues to today. Our cat, Frankie Blue Nicholas, has been in Lennox's room all day.
Yeah.
And then we walked in there and asked him for a fun fact. He denied us.
But we haven't given up hope, have we? We might still lure him out here to give us a fun fact for the pod.
I've given up hope.
He demanded $500 to be on the podcast.
Right. And I said $500 in Pringles over the course of 18 years.
Right.
And he said no. But then he said he's annoyed at Frankie in his room. So Frankie hangs out in his room all day and night, lots of the night. And he said he annoyed him. So I said, okay, well, I took matters in my own hand, honey. And I grabbed the emotionally unavailable chonky boy that we call Frankie Blue Nicholas, our cat. And I pulled him out of his room and I let him go in our family room. And I said, well, there you go. You no longer have to deal with the chonk, the thick boy. And then 3 minutes later, he's grabbing Frankie and he brings him back into his room.
Yeah. It's like that couple that constantly fights and then they break up and then they get back together.
Yeah.
It's just a never-ending cycle.
It's so much toxicity. It's so toxic.
And oop.
Should we get right to the self-tan? What was that thing? Oh, the HOA. Okay.
You choose, my love.
Oh, I'm gonna
You're guiding this ship.
Okay. So our HOA of our condominium complex, there are 4 people running for 3 offices, 3 positions.
Right.
And so they put out campaign mail, as it were. Well, we got like we got the unbiased pamphlets, information from the registrar of voters in Yolo County. Okay, it's from the HOA people, yeah. Right? And then we got propaganda,
right,
from 3 of the candidates.
The HOA sent an official little packet with our ballot, your return envelope for your ballot,
yeah, and
each of the 4 candidates have typed up a little bio, like trying to sell themselves.
Yeah.
And then taped to our door the other day was this little poster, which was just propaganda for 3 of the 4 people.
Oh.
And they're urging us, each unit, so our household, each household gets 3 votes.
We get 3, we're 4 people, we're 4 strong, but we get 3 votes to cast for the 4 candidates.
Is the voting age 18 for an HOA?
Right.
Because technically we have 2 people over 18 in our household.
And 3, should we consult Frankie, our cat? Who does he want to vote for?
We'll see where he puts his paw. We'll put this in front of him and where does his paw land on the paper. So
we'll see where he sniffs.
So on the surface, 3 people, 3 positions, 4 people running.
Yeah.
But what we've uncovered in the last few weeks has been political drama here at our condominium complex, which we will explain to you right now. Mm-hmm. So this little flyer we got on our door is urging us to vote for 3 candidates specifically. Yeah. It's leaving off 1.
Right. So there's a fracture.
There is. These 3 people are in cahoots. They don't want the 4th guy to be included. They're excluding him.
Yeah.
However, are we using names? Are we doxing?
Yeah.
So the fourth guy, Mr. Kazis Shukis, he and his wife were the organizers of the condominium barbecue that we attended 1 week ago.
Right. And he's not on the 3-person voter propaganda we got.
He's not. So it's the 3 other people. Yeah. Kazis Shukis is excluded from this propaganda flyer.
Yeah.
Kazis was manning the barbecue.
Yeah.
At the barbecue. His wife is the one who organized the whole thing. And she's currently part of the HOA. She's part of like the welcoming committee or something.
Yeah.
So we noticed these 3 people on the flyer were not present at the barbecue.
Yes.
So there is a deep divide here in our condos.
There's a splintering. This is like when the AOC goes different from Nancy Pelosi or whatever, the Hot 5 or whatever, the Hot 4. There's fractures in the party.
We are a community divided. Kazis is trying to drain the swamp.
Yeah.
And these 3 old school people here.
Make Riva great again. Yeah.
These 3 people, they are like, well, they're long-term politicians, we might say.
Oh, they're incumbents. They're lifelong politicians like Joe Biden. Which one has a son who we could ascribe to Hunter Biden? Look-alike. So, and the thing about the barbecue, it wasn't said that this is a rally or this is an event for Shukis.
There were no political speeches.
Right.
They kept it really like PC.
Right. And so we didn't know. We were like, oh, we're gonna meet some of our neighbors, but Kathy Bailey and Maurice.
Kathy Bailey is one of the people running for re-election.
Yeah. One
of the members of the propaganda flyer. Big time heavy involvement. We personally have her on speed dial because we've talked to her for various issues over the time we've lived here.
She's there.
She's very involved.
Yeah.
And so it was very noticeable that she was not at this community barbecue.
Yeah.
Because she's at everything. She's constant. You see her out and about all the time.
Yeah.
She was helping the firefighters when we had the fire. She was out there with a hose.
Yeah.
Hosing down the berm.
Without shoes on. Yeah. And she banged on our door and
she
said,
is the one responsible for alerting us to the fire.
Yeah.
So.
You have their bios. You have the right-wing propaganda from Kathy Bailey.
Yeah, we're going to go over this. I think by the end, we'll know who has our vote. That's what I'm hoping.
Hunter Biden. No. Kamala. Okay. So
Joe.
You've discarded the flyers. But every time there's an election, you get tons of nonsense in your mail,
and it goes straight into the recycling bin.
Right.
This is the only
it's not effective. No one cares. We throw it in the trash. Yeah.
We've gotten one flyer for this.
Okay.
But we still have like
and the style, the look of it is like very like Word Perfect in 1992.
Right.
It's very basic.
It's like something I had in my 8th grade computer class project.
But who's on there? Kathy Bailey.
Kathy Bailey. Vote to re-elect Denise Quennell.
Okay.
Vote for Maurice Thomas. So this is a new guy. So, we'll get to that later.
He's a maverick. He's a young whippersnapper like John McCain in 2002.
He's not a career politician. And that's why, spoiler alert, I think he's going to get a vote from me. Okay, so first up we got Kathy Bailey, our friend, our soldier in arms.
K Bizzle.
We literally each have her cell phone saved in our phones because we've had to communicate with her.
Yeah.
Oh, our fobs weren't working for the gym. She let us in, even though it was 5:30 in the morning.
Right, yeah.
And we know she has a full-time job, but she's like always available if you call her and text her.
Yeah.
Very dependable woman. By the way, something missing from all of these biographies is the personal lives. Are you married?
Ooh.
Do you have a beau?
Ooh.
Do you have any children? Who lives in your condo with you? Do you live alone? Do you have a lover? I want to know, and it's missing. From
Does that matter to their platform, or is that just you want?
It matters to me.
You want the gossip rag, and you satiated honey.
I do. So Kathy Bailey.
We need a Daily Mail publication for our condominium. Yes, K Bizzle.
That would be it. Okay, yeah. She works for a law firm specializing in whatever this means, mass torts.
Yeah.
And fires. I've heard tort used in the law world. Do you know what mass tort means?
MASS?
I'm picturing a mass torta, like a giant sandwich.
Oh. Yeah.
What's a mass tort?
I don't know, but I can tell you what a mass torta is. It's a Mexican sandwich.
Right.
Made with soft bread and guacamole. And it sounds fantastic right now. Well, mass tort is tort, but massive tort reform, honey.
Tort reform, yeah. See, heard of that.
I don't know.
And fires. Okay, so she has a massive
FIRES.
Yeah.
Well, she was the one who was combating the fires with the West Sacramento Fire Department.
You know what? At the time, we joked that she was a junior fired volunteer lady.
Yeah, we joked, but
it's serious. She knew what she was doing out there with her hose.
Yeah. Her garden rubber hose.
So she has a massive law background.
Okay.
She has all these degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that.
She's accomplished.
Yeah.
And I like this line. Please do not hesitate to review my LinkedIn profile for more information.
All right. Link in bio. We get it, Kathy Bailey. But see, right away, and my heart is with Kathy Bailey. My heart is near Kathy Bailey. But the legal background, that's what I hate about these politicians. They're all lawyers. They never ran a business like our boy Maurice, okay? So
they were never out there hustling.
Right. They just know how to write legislation, how to pontificate, and how to whine, and so that's a turnoff to K Bizzle.
Last and final thing we know about Kathy Bailey and that she pontificates about is the importance of town halls. Because we have town halls here at our condominium complex.
Yeah.
Like once a month.
Mm-hmm.
And we never have attended one, even though I always talk about it.
We see them from the gym.
We
the window in the gym.
We drive by and there's like 30 people gathered around.
Right. And we're always like, what are these assholes talking about for 2.5 hours?
It's so long.
I know.
But Kathy Bailey's always like leading the charge with that and trying to get people to come.
She's out there by the pool with her iPad.
Next person on the flyer who we're being urged to vote for is Denise. I don't recognize or know Denise.
Cancel.
But guess what?
Yeah.
She's been on the board of our HOA for 14 years.
Holy Toledo. Lifelong politician. Get a job in the private sector.
Exactly.
Sorry, Denise. In the private sector, yes.
What does she know about the working man? That's what I want to know.
0. Is she retired? Do she have a man or a woman?
She's one of these Nancy Pelosi types.
Oh, shoot. Is her husband getting a DUI in Napa?
Something I do appreciate, though, is she is dedicated to continuing to maintain the appearance of our condominiums to increase property values. I like that. We're all about appearance and our property value.
Yeah, but what about what's going on the inside of these windows? Our lives. Wow. Let's not be so superficial. Denise?
Mm-hmm. Denise?
First of all, and to go back to Kathy Bailey, she's 40s age?
Yeah. Well, it's so 50s? Hard to guess people's age. I would guess she's like 51.
Okay. And then Denise?
Same. Do you want to look at these photographs?
I'm looking at them. Okay. They both look like realtors.
Yes. And speaking of Denise being a veteran politician for the HOAs, she used terms on her bio here such as during my tenure and my pledge to you is.
No one talks like that, Denise.
Politicians talk like that, and it's such a put off.
Yeah.
So far, Denise does not have my vote. Okay.
But okay, so no on Denise, but yes on K Bizzle.
Kathy Bailey is my girl.
Yeah.
I cannot deny her my vote.
Our girl, honey.
Does she have your vote too?
Yes. Well, Since there's 3 positions and there's 4 people running, we've eliminated Denise. So spoiler alert: Will dies at the end of Stranger Things. Just kidding, honey. I'm just kidding.
We haven't watched it. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, and it's not true. But Luna spoiled Stranger Things for me.
Okay, third, we're going to go to the third person being thrust onto us to vote on this propaganda flyer we got.
Yeah.
Newcomer, Maurice.
Maurice Thomas.
So
and his picture, he's wearing a suit, a tie.
Yeah, wait till you hear his bio.
He looks dapper, yeah.
He's a professional man.
Yeah.
But not when it comes to, like, legal politician HOA.
Ah, okay.
He's a businessman. He has a bachelor's degree.
I like it.
What I like about him is, first of all, his bio is super short compared to everybody else's.
Yes.
He's not making me read a novella about his life and his accomplishments.
This ain't your Substack, Denise. I also have a bachelor's degree, so that's not a reason for me to vote for him. But
why aren't you running, honey?
Should I?
No.
I don't know what I would do.
I know. And you would never want to go to any of the meetings.
Right.
You don't want anybody texting you at 9:30 at night.
Right.
I need help with this.
People would bother me and I'd be like, fuck off, dude. Exactly. Leave me alone. Go to Maurice.
You would be a one-term member.
Right. I'd be like, I'm gonna clean up this town, and then I wouldn't clean up this town.
You deliver on nothing that you promised.
And I would go back into retirement. I'd be like Mayor Goldie Wilson in Back to the Future. Anyways, yes, Maurice, honey.
So what really comes to me from reading this bio is that he's new to HOA, so he's fresh.
I like it.
He's unbiased, perhaps. Yeah. But he's new to the complex here, and he's new to West Sacramento, much like us. And he gives his reasons for loving to be here. Yeah. And I relate with these. It's close to the river. He likes to walk and ride his bike around. He likes to look at all the wildlife. And he finds it very relaxing. So already this is like talking to me, because I totally agree.
Very vague in general. Like the river, there's homeless, really hungry guy rides his bike.
Well, I feel like anyone who appreciates like the nature and our surroundings is going to care about maintaining that and like making it the best that it can be, because that's how I feel.
Okay.
So yeah, Maurice, I got you, man.
Can I call him Mo?
Mo.
Maurice Thomas. Moto. Moto. Hello, Moto.
Okay, the last and final candidate is the one who's excluded from this trio of candidates who are trying to get themselves elected.
But who ran the barbecue.
And did fantastic, might I add, Mr. Kazis Shukis.
Yeah, I'm all about if you want to buy my vote, Mr. Shukis, it's available.
I am for sale. Something I like about...
Like a whore? Yeah.
I like Kazis' bio because he includes his picture.
Okay.
And it's a selfie. It's like an up-close selfie, and he's about 80 years old.
Really?
I don't know. How old do you think he is? He's between 70 and 80.
Yeah, I would go with...
He's probably 72.
Late 70s.
I don't know.
Probably 50.
So he's much older than the other 3 candidates.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's real. So some standouts. He's a Vietnam War vet from the Air Force.
I want to verify that.
Real man.
Because, like, these guys at the off-ramps.
Oh.
And they have the cardboard signs.
And they have the hat that says, like, vet.
Yeah, war vet. And they're wearing camouflage that they got from the surplus store. But I need to verify it.
Okay. Are
you a Vietnam vet?
Can we see your papers?
Right. Where's your transcript? I'm half Vietnamese, honey. So which side were you in, north or south?
You have a vested personal interest in this.
Yeah, and it does his view as a veteran continue? Is he a right-wing warmonger? Okay.
Is he racist?
Right. Is he for droning weddings in Pakistan? Those are mistakes, by the way. Calm down, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something about Kazis, although he's sort of an outlier.
What does he feel about WikiLeaks, honey? Exposing the truth. Yeah.
He has served on various condo member boards in Florida.
What?
And in other cities in California.
Well, get that Republican state nonsense out of here. We're liberal. We're Democrats, honey. Yes.
Guess what? He was our board president here in our condo complex, but not currently. So he was formerly So it's like Trump. Like he was here and then he was out of office and now he's trying to come back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did he lunge for the limo driver's neck and clavicles, honey? So did he go out in disgrace and he's trying to...
He doesn't say.
Win his way back? Yeah.
That is confidential. We don't know. Yeah. Something I like on his bio is that he is currently a member of the Southport Levee Recreation Trail Committee. Okay. Which, again, you're singing to me. You're preserving nature and trying to clean up and make our nature trails and riverway beautiful here in West Sacramento.
You're a hippie at heart, honey.
I truly am.
You're a tree hugger with Hillary Egan.
And then the final thing I really like about Kazis is, this is what he says. His platform, and I quote, "I have no hidden agenda." Say no more, Kazis.
I like a hidden agenda. I want there to be more going on than just, don't say you have everyone has a hidden agenda, okay, Mr. Shukis?
So do you know who you're going to vote for? Like, has this helped you?
So we have to vote 3 of the 4?
Yes.
And we only get 1 vote.
We get 3 votes. Like, we could give Kathy Bailey 3 votes.
Right.
Yeah, or 1 to...
Oh, so only 1 person is out, essentially.
Yes. Yeah. Or we could... Yeah, we have 3 votes.
Yeah.
And we can give them to whoever or however many people we want.
Do we need to ask Lennox or Luna or Frankie?
No.
Okay. Well, I think it's obvious that Kay Bizzle, Kathy Bailey... Moto, as I like to call him, Maurice Thomas, and Senor Shukis have my vote, honey. Do you agree?
I do agree. And I'm so glad that we agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
This means our marriage can continue in harmony.
Yay, in our home. And I don't think anything will change. No. We don't get involved in these things. It's been 2+ years.
Yeah. We've never attended a town hall.
Yeah.
Although every month I'm like, I'm going to go. And then I never do.
Yeah. But, I think ranking them, Kathy Bailey is numero uno because she opened the gym for us when the fobs weren't working for whatever reason. She opened the gym for us at, like you said, 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. on a weekday. Number 2 is that she cleaned the bird poop on our stucco.
She did not have to do that. We had bird poop for weeks and weeks and weeks stuck outside.
And I sent pictures and I sent emails to our pointless, fruitless HOA, and they were like, "Oh, we're looking into it. We're getting estimates. We're working on it." And it just went on for months and months, much like my $28.66 at the Lake Washington McDonald's owes me. But anyways, but she came over with water.
Yeah.
And a sponge, which blew my mind.
She
did rip off a piece of our stucco.
Oh, yes, she did.
It's a small
But
piece.
you know what? She cleaned all the bird poop.
Yeah.
She did physical hard labor at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
She really didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And I secretly took a photo of her from our balcony.
Stalker, creeper. And then the other thing is that, so we have a little gym here. And sometimes the radio is on and sometimes the radio is off. The little stereo. And then even when it's on, sometimes it's super low. And sometimes the volume is super high. And so one day when Kathy Bailey was puttering about, I said, "Kathy, what's up with the radio? Like, sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off." And she was like, "There's only 3 people who can turn it off. And I know who those 3 people are." And I was like, whoa. And then she walked out. But since then, since I brought it up to her, radio on every single day in the gym, which is fantastic. So she solves problems.
She does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since then, she's won a spot in my heart. Not where you are, honey, but in a different atrium. Clavicle? Wait.
Atrium.
Aorta. But... And I see her like out and about, and she's here. She's listening to people. She's taking action. Mm-hmm. So I put her number 1. Shukis, you bought my vote, bro.
He gave you some barbecued corn,
right,
and won you over
for free.
For free.
Yeah, and then they had a bunch of potato chips And we didn't even pay for potato chips. Or we paid for... No. Yeah, we got the meal deal.
We did, but then they gave us extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
They weren't like being chintzy about it. They were just like, here's a bunch of bags of potato chips. And I remember grabbing one because I had more than a few beers. And no one said anything. No one cared. So the Shukas and then Momo, Thomas.
Mr. Maurice.
Have you ever seen Maurice that you know?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I just like that he's new.
Yeah.
And I like that he seems to value the same things about our neighborhood that I do.
Yeah.
And he's not a career politician.
Yes. Fresh blood. Fresh blood. Where does he stand on Roe v. Wade, honey?
Should I ask him?
Yes.
You know what?
Send an email.
Kathy Bailey gives her exact address.
Ah.
But no one else does.
Everyone's scared.
Wow. Isn't that kind of bold of her?
I wanna get in front of Denise's unit and protest like they did to the Supreme Court.
Everyone else gives just an email address. But Kathy, we've got her full address.
Yeah.
Her phone number.
Yeah.
Wow. She's out here.
Yeah.
She's opened herself to all of us.
So KB, Shukas, and
Maurice.
Moto. And then Denise. Why did we vote against her? Why are we not voting
She's
for
a career
her?
politician.
Ah.
But other than that, like, she just didn't have anything to add that the other three did have to add.
Okay.
That was more where she fell short.
Yeah. So run again.
Better luck next year.
She'll be like Mitt Romney running for president for 16 years, whatever. Every 4 years, she mounts up a campaign. Alrighty. Should we go into self-tanning, or are we done?
And oop.
So, you love cheese.
I love it more than anything.
And darling daughter Luna the other day mentioned that she likes cheese, but it has to be melted.
Yeah.
You will eat a block of cheese. You have eaten a block of cheese.
On this podcast right here, I have eaten live a block of cheese.
Where you just take the plastic wrapping off the cheese and you start gnawing away.
Uh-huh.
But we're married, honey, but I have to side with darling daughter on this. I can dig cheese, but just a chunk of cheese or a block of cheese or a wedge of cheese, I'm not about that life. I need it melted, like in a pizza or a lasagna. And even then, sometimes it's because it depends on the cheese, but it could be very greasy and waxy and sloogey, just gross.
That sounds great.
But yeah, I can't take the pure raw dog that cheese.
So you're a child.
Yes, I am when it comes to cheese. Well, I like cheese, but I feel it's a garnish, or it's necessary sometimes.
How do you feel about the really like pungent, moldy, like your blue cheeses, your other sort of like
I don't like
aged cheeses?
I don't want to eat mold. I don't like to eat stink. I'm not. No.
Give me the stinky.
But you like you have those cowbell things, like those little round things.
Yeah, I like those, but honestly, I wouldn't buy those except Lennox keeps saying he wants them, and then we get them. I think he just likes peeling the red wax. Because that's really fun.
Yeah.
You peel the little red wax circle.
Yeah. But
then he'll eat like half of a piece and not like it. So I'll end up finishing up the bag.
Yeah.
But I like more like natural, like real. That's kind of like a really processed like. Yeah.
But you called me a child for not liking blocks mold of cheese or mold. But I would say eating just cheese by itself, plain, raw. That's what I associate with child, because I remember string cheese. Like I'm pulling a strings, And then, but oftentimes you would just take a bite of it because why am I pulling strings of this cheese?
It's labor intensive.
Yeah, and so I associate that with being a chow.
You have a point there.
Yeah.
Because I started eating cheese as a child.
Yeah.
Raw, like just slicing it off the block.
Yeah.
Or string cheese. So there's something to that.
Yeah.
But I've now, like as an adult, I love brie. I love goat cheese is literally my favorite food in the whole world.
It's good.
I love goat cheese. I love anything stinky and weird looking and old. I love it.
Well, our realtor Amanda Wilkins turned you on to these balls of cheese at Nugget, but they have fig in the middle. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, queen. Those are fantastic.
Oh, those are so good.
Yeah.
They were like little goat cheese pearls.
Yeah.
And in the center, you could either get honey or you could get a different pack that had fig.
Yeah.
They're both really good.
Yeah.
And I go to Nugget from time to time, but I look and I haven't seen it. So, rip.
It's not at our Nugget, or it's not at Nugget anymore. So you are doing spray tan.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that. Yes. Tomorrow I have an appointment for an organic sunless tan.
Yeah.
Well, so they're going to spray me with a little gun.
Yeah. Well, to
spray me down, make me brown.
To back up a little, we're going to Reno in 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, 3.
Today's
4.
July 1st. We'll be there on July 5th. That's our first day at the Grand Sierra Resort in Reno. So you want your premium self at the pool. It's all, they have a fantastic pool scene with music and young, good-looking people and food, and I don't know what we're doing there, but we've been there before. We'll be there again.
It's Reno. It's not Vegas. Come on. We're going to be fine.
Yeah,
we're a decent-looking middle-aged couple.
A 10 in Reno is a 4 in Vegas, as I say. I don't know. But you're trying to get to your premium self, honey. And you want a tan, even though we'll be in the sun in Reno. It's going to be like high 80s, low 90s there. But you want to be fit.
I want to be a golden goddess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're taking under the spray tan, which you've never done before.
Never. When I was young, like ages 18 to 22, I regularly went to the sun tanning beds, which give you cancer. Yeah, I did that like pretty regularly. Yeah. And got a nice little tan, but that's so bad for your skin. Yeah. These spray tans don't have that. It's like no UVE, UVA, whatever, no rays. Yeah. So it's a lot safer.
Where does Maurice Thomas stand on the spray tans? Just kidding. Oh dear.
Honey, should we cut that out?
Yeah. So spray tans, darling.
Yeah. So I have a couple of friends, and I watch those reality shows with the Real Housewives and the Bachelorettes, and they're all
The Only Way is Essex.
The Only Way is Essex. They're all spray tanned and orange and beautiful.
Botoxed.
Well, you won't let me get Botox quite yet. Yeah. But at least I can get a fake spray tan.
Yeah. So you booked an appointment. Today is Friday. This is for Saturday tomorrow. And I'm gonna go with you just because I want to see. I want to see what's going down.
I always want you. Okay. Side note: I always want you to come see me get waxed because I want you to see what pain I'm going through.
I've sat in the car.
That's not the same as being in the room.
Will they let me go in there?
I've always been too embarrassed to ask. Like, can my husband come watch me get a Brazilian wax?
I would go.
I would have you, but isn't that weird?
Yeah, like, but I don't care.
Weirdo.
Yeah. My love for you is weird and I don't care.
Okay. We'll talk later about that. But yeah, okay, so you're going to come with me?
Yeah.
Why?
I want to see what's doing.
But are you going to try to come back to witness the spraying?
If they let me, sure. Okay. I'll wear a mask.
We'll ask if they let you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the name of the place?
It's called Natural Glow, GLO.
Okay.
Airbrush Artistry, and it's in downtown Sacramento. So already it seems very like fancy and pretentious.
Already they're missing the W. Asterisk GLOW.
Well, that gives me hope that, like, for this sort of service, I want the fanciest, the most, like, like, where would the Kardashians go?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
If they lived in the Kardashian Sacramento. Yes. So they gave you a whole list of things to do and not to do in anticipation of this, where they...
Yeah, so, like, there's a whole, like, what to do prior, what to do the day of, what to do after.
Yeah.
So much pressure.
Yeah.
I want my tan to be the best it can be.
Yeah.
So 24 hours prior, you're supposed to exfoliate.
Yes.
And I exfoliated yesterday.
Yeah.
32 hours prior. Much more prior than recommended.
Yeah.
So
and exfoliate for dudes means to soften.
What does
to put stuff, because you have a tub of Dove pomegranate.
Yeah, and I had you stand
cream.
Outside the shower and hold it for me so I could scoop a handful out of the tub.
And I looked at it and I said, this looks like avocado ranch. I don't know.
So yeah, I was in the shower and I scooped this stuff and I rubbed it like neck to toe.
Yeah.
And it has little like particles
Beads,
in it. So it scuffs off like the dead exterior skin.
Okay. That's what exfoliating means.
What exfoliating means.
I've heard this term for decades, but I've never actually known.
Yeah, exfoliating is like scuffing off the dead surface layer, skin, dry skin particles. Okay. So I did that, but
Are you going to do that again?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
you should. It's 8 hours, right? 32, 24.
Yeah.
What's next on their list of to-do? This is a whole lot deal. Like,
I know.
I thought they would just take a spray gun and...
You thought it was like...
6 minutes and then you're done. Like,
you thought it was like spray painting a bookcase in your garage. Huh?
That's what it should be. Yeah.
So the next thing
like they're just spraying some color on you. Yes.
Well, okay. So they said make sure to have any waxing, manicures, or pedicures done prior, because if you get that done after, it could fade your tanning application. So I got my wax done 6 days ago. Yeah. I'm good. I have 0 manicure, pedicure, and
How can a pedicure affect?
Because the pedicure people, they put like different products around your nail bed and scuff it. So if you get a tan and then you go get a manicure, you're going to have a tan hand, and then all around your nail beds is going to be white, because they're going to like, so it would look really weird. Okay. Because they'd like scuff off the tanning. I'm saying the word scuff quite a lot.
Yeah. I get the theory of that, but in practice, I don't get it, but okay.
Because you're not a woman.
That's right. I didn't know what exfoliate was for 3 decades, because I'm a real man.
So, day of session, which is tomorrow.
Day of sesh.
Day of my sesh. Yeah. I cannot apply any deodorant, perfume.
Why not?
Body oils, lotions, or moisturizers.
Okay. Just wake up and head over.
Bring your stinky self over. I have to wear dark, loose-fitting cotton clothing and flip-flops.
This sounds like very Heaven's Gate cultic.
Yeah, exactly. Like wear tan-colored loose burlap sack. Right. During the airbrush application, you may dress down to your comfort level. For me, I'm going 100% nude. Okay. 100% me, all natural. Yeah. However, it says male clients are required to wear undergarments.
What?
Sexist. So.
Misogyny.
Okay.
So you're going to be naked?
Yeah.
And if they let me in the room, I'll be viewing my wife naked. Kids, if you get married, your wife will let you see you naked once in a while. Okay. That's cool. But so you're... what about your eyes? Are they going to give you like little...
I have no idea. My face is getting the spray tan also. Right. Maybe I just close my eyes. Because like you don't want whiteness around your eyes. Right. I mean, we'll see. Yeah. So here's the after session care. Okay. I can't do anything that will cause me to get wet or sweat. No water, no sweating,
No pool, no gym,
shower.
No shower. What the hell? For how long?
No exercise, doesn't say.
Oh, dear.
And then...
For 16 days.
I love this line. If you choose to sleep in your spray tan, wear loose-fitting long-sleeve cotton shirt and bottoms. Okay, I can't take my spray tan off, so I'm going to have to sleep in it.
Back to the Heaven's Gate thing. This seems very bad.
And then they go on to promote, like, if you want your tan to last, you have to use their products. Like, they have lotion, they have this mitt, they have this serum, they have blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they're trying to sell you all these extras.
Right. This is like you going to the haircut salon, and then they have Paul Mitchell for $28. Like, oh, you need this gel. And it's like, oh.
Exactly.
But you don't need any of that, right? Technically.
I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to buy any of that.
And your session is $50-ish, right?
Yeah. Normally it's $55, but I'm a first-time online person, so I got it for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. I think I'm going to be gorgeous. I cannot wait.
You already are gorgeous.
Shoot.
I told you if they have 1 to 10 on white to dark, I said if you're looking at the 3 to go 2, but your friend Hillary Egan, who has done this.
Yeah, so I consulted today my friend who I knew, I just had a feeling because she's into like care and beauty.
Yeah.
So she did spray tanning for years on a regular basis. So she said, if you have the choice of going lighter or darker, you go darker. And you told me the opposite.
Yeah.
But I guess if
where are you going to go? Where do you fall, honey? Are you going to vote for me or Hillary?
Well, if you go darker, I think initially it looks weird, but then the length of time you have your tan is longer because it fades and then you have it for longer.
And then this is Saturday. We'll be in Reno on Tuesday. So there's 3 days.
Yes.
Wiggle room. And you showed me a picture of someone we know, who we won't mention, but she did the spray tan thing. And the day after, it was rough.
Not ideal.
Oompa Loompa-ish.
But then, after a couple days, it looked great.
Yeah.
Glowing, beautiful, natural.
Yeah, she looked fantastic. So we're looking on Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at Orange. Donald Trump, Orange Man Bad.
I bet he has some tips. Can I email him?
Yes.
He's not on Twitter. I can't
tweet at him. He's on Truth Social, honey. So it might be... You might be questioning everything in your life on Saturday and Sunday.
You might be questioning everything.
No, I'll roll with it, honey.
Okay, I'll roll with it too.
But by Tuesday, hopefully you look grand.
I'm going to look like a Kardashian.
Yeah. Which one? Because Kim looks fantastic. Chloe.
Well.
She looks but she looks like fake fantastic. And Courtney's bob hair, I mean, you can't argue with the bob haircut, honey.
I'll look like pregnant Kylie.
Pregnant. Makeup or no makeup? By the way, Travis Barker's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And we just watched The Kardashians on Hulu. And they're like super healthy about everything. Super picky.
He's a vegan.
Yeah, about working out and eating. And what's up?
He's a vegan, but like... Yeah. He's like skinny and spindly, and he always looks very sickly.
Yeah.
So, what do we really know about his health? We don't know. What do you? Because you said to me he's super healthy, and now he's in the hospital, and I was like, "What are you basing this opinion off of?"
A television show, but what he's done for decades to his body regarding drugs and alcohol. Well, I think we know what happened there. But currently. He's super healthy, or seems to be super healthy with Courtney. They met while working out, and then they worked out together, honey. That's how they became friends. But they're supposedly super duper healthy. Anyways, he's in the hospital. Okay, so don't live healthy, people. Eat whatever you want. Well, it made me think of the great Dominic Brascia. Rest in power. He was not the healthiest person in the world, and I was at that point in my life.
By the end of your tenure together?
My journey. Yes, our journey. But so I'd be starving myself and going to the gym, and he wouldn't. He'd be doing the exact opposite, and he would always cite someone he knew, and he would say, whatever his name was, Marty Brigadoon. Marty Schmigadoon. I knew a guy named Marty, and he was worked out, and he ate well, and he lived a super healthy life, and then he had a heart attack at 46. So why did he live like that? Why did he deny himself? Well, what's the point? It can happen to anyone. And I thought, okay, that's a good point, but I'm going to keep going to the gym. And spoiler alert, Dominic died. Rest in power. And I'm still alive, honey. So what does that say? Well, it goes back to what we've talked about, living and eating.
Right. Makes me think of what we talked about recently, where I'm like, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, so let's just eat all the pizza that's available.
Yeah.
I know. But then you eat all the pizza, and then the world doesn't go to hell in a handbasket, and then you feel like crap, and you're bloated.
Yeah.
And so now what?
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm very all or nothing. And by all, I mean 300%.
You're so extreme one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to have a couple wheat thins. No, I need an entire box of wheat thins, quote unquote need. So that doesn't apply to me, or I'm very...
You don't know moderation.
Right.
Like, what is that?
I want to, but I don't, and it drives me crazy. And
yeah, and you know what? That's you. That's just how you are. And
you eat, like, if I bust out some popcorn, you have a couple handfuls, and you're like, I'm good. And I'm like, what?
Right. Like the concept of full or enough.
Yeah.
That's just not you. But you've learned that about yourself.
I need to eat the entire bag. I need to eat the entire box. I need to eat 3 boxes. Luna and Lennox, like when they snack or when we eat dinner, they're like, I'm full. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
You're like, you still have food on your plate.
Right.
But you're full?
Keep eating. Or I would keep eating. So portion control is very big for me. Or just loading up on vegetables, which you can eat a ton of, and it impacts your body very little. It's very important. Important to me. But yeah, it's difficult. It's a lifelong challenge, if you will. And it's constantly hard.
I know.
Never mind spray tan. I hate my body right now, honey, and we're going to Reno in 3 days. And I wish we were going to Reno tomorrow, so we could get it over with.
Yeah, I went to 2 nights ago. Yeah. Luna and I went to
Suki Sushi.
We went to sushi dinner, and we went to Music Circus, which is a local theater company here in Sacramento. She and I went with my parents because my niece was in the Music Circus production that we saw.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was a great time. We had so much fun at dinner. We went to the show together. It was just great. A great night. But we didn't get home until about 10:30 or 11.
Yeah.
We got home really late. And as soon as we got home, I was like, I'm so happy to be home. I took a shower. I got my jammies on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I've only been gone for 4 hours.
Yeah.
5 hours from home.
Yeah.
And I thought of our vacation coming up. We're going to be gone for 4 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't wait to be home.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Reno, sort of. But on the other hand, I'm looking forward to being home from Reno on Friday, the 8th or 9th.
We're getting home the 7th. 8th. 7th. I don't know.
8th. It's a Friday.
We're getting home Friday?
Luna chimes in.
I thought we were getting home Thursday.
5th to 8th. is when we'll be in Reno.
Oh, shoot.
But I'm as much as I'm looking forward to Reno, and I am somewhat. I can't wait to be home on Friday morning because we're gonna leave Reno at 6 a.m. ish, and I want to get home. I want to take a shower. I want to start our laundry.
Yes.
That we've created from 3 days in Reno.
I want to give Frankie a hug.
I don't know about... Well, your mom's feeding Frankie, right?
Yeah, my parents are going to come check on him throughout the week.
Yeah, she has our garage door opener. But I look forward to being home and just chilling and relaxing and not being worried about my appearance at this pool. Although we're constantly at the river pool. Like Lennox and I spent 5 to 6 hours at our condo pool last weekend.
Yeah.
I love the pool. I don't know why.
Honey.
It's such a big, yeah.
You're super handsome. You've got a beautiful tan going for you.
Well, I go to spray tan at Glow.
No.
GLO, no W.
Just like you like Lennox, you tan very easily. And you and him have been at the pool a lot the last month.
Yeah.
So you guys are both glowing.
Lennox and I are super dark right now.
Super dark.
You're a Fisher, a white woman. You're white, although you have a little bit of color.
But I have a little pink shine to me.
But you're very white. And Luna is like in the middle. Like she's
hecka pale because she refuses to go in the sun.
Yeah, but she is half Mexican.
Fine. Yeah, she could tan.
She's dark.
If she went in the sun, she would tan. But she just doesn't like being outside in the sun and the heat.
So me and Lennox, super dark. Luna in the middle.
I'm like Larry Bird.
You're the light setting on the toaster. We're like the United Colors of Benetton ad, honey. I can't wait to be home.
I know.
More and more, I just want to be home.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have the TV and we're comfortable. And
there's no place like home.
Yeah. And as much as I want to go to Reno and enjoy myself, it's a pool. We have a pool here.
Babe.
Everything is more expensive. We can go to restaurants here.
Honey. It's important for the kids.
It is. That we build memories and we take pictures for Instagram.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have to expose them to stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to go to some museums. We're going to...
Wait, what?
We are. We're going to go-kart. We're going to have fun.
You forced us to off the Grand Sierra Resort complex campus for one day.
Luna wants to explore Reno. The town of Reno.
Okay. The hookers?
I know. I think of Reno 911.
Right.
But yeah, the university does have a couple of museums that we're going to check out.
Yeah.
So
that could be cool.
Could be.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
But see, more and more, I'm like, Reno has a pool. Riva has a pool. Reno has the University of Reno? Or Nevada at Reno. But there's Sacramento State here. There's UC Davis. 10 minutes away. So I'm like,
okay.
It's fine, I guess. There's shopping there. There's shopping here. Yeah.
Exactly. But there's something to be said for getting in a car or a plane and flying to a new city and doing the exact same things. There's something to be said for that.
There's something to be said, but I like how you said that. We're doing the exact same things, just in a different zip code, area code.
Hotels are super fun for kids.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives for 16 hours.
We're going to eat in our beds.
It's going to be good.
We're going to let loose.
Our next vacation will be in Dillon Beach.
That's the plan. Yeah. And that's going to be a little different because it won't be a hotel. It'll be a cabin and we'll have the ocean right there.
Yeah.
So that'll at least be a little different.
Yeah. That's next summer.
Hopefully.
It's super expensive. It's like $300 a night. And you have to book 2 nights.
Mm-hmm. You got a minimum.
But we're going to take our tax refund. Thanks, Joe Biden. Book it ASAP so it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And you have fond memories of there with your family and when you first got independent, divorced, right?
Yeah. Like, it's a very special place to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't wait. It's a little bit of a drive, but I'm excited because I've seen these pictures and I've heard these memories, but it'll be good. That's our next year vacation. And but me and you are gonna go to Grandma Teen's in February.
Yes.
Ish.
So hopefully 2023 we'll have a couple special family trips planned.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
Yeah, let's go watch Usher in the tiny table. What's it called? Tiny
desk concert.
I really want to watch it.
How long is it?
Are you an Usher fan?
Much like Drake and Chris Brown and Beyonce, I prefer his earlier stuff.
Well, I have a feeling that's what he's going to do. Like, the hits.
Yeah.
I think it's very short. I think these are only a few songs long.
Yeah. Actually, Usher came into my purview the other day for whatever reason, and I thought about him and his song "You Don't Have to Call," which is a fantastic song. But I remember the video, I remember the song, I remember going to nightclubs in San Francisco with Matt Furuzawa and Mike Rasmussen. And I love this song. It has a fond spot in my heart. And I thought about it, but then I thought I like to listen to a lot of old music, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. But as far as that song, I like it. I still admire it. Pharrell was on the beat, honey. Pharrell Williams, who now writes "Happy" for Despicable Me. Worst song ever. Okay. But I associate the memories of Usher, like going out and partying and clubbing. Mm-hmm. So I don't like to think about that.
I thought Usher would be right up your alley because
he's so handsome and cute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That man has abs and he can dance.
He can dance.
And he's got a silky smooth voice.
Yeah.
And he's super cute.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of hits when you were like in college.
Yeah.
So he's your perfect man.
Yeah.
Right?
But he makes me think about a different life than I have now.
But don't you still listen to like Joe DC or whoever?
Joe DC?
Who was it? Did I say it wrong?
Honey.
How do you say it?
It's Joe Desi. And I still listen to him. But, well, when I listen to Usher, in this case specifically, I think about a different life that I had when I was early, mid-20s. And I don't like to think about that life because it's no longer my life. And I have fond memories of that, but it's no longer relevant. And I miss that life, but on the other hand, I don't miss that life. And I don't need to go through all these emotions, okay? About missing this and not missing that. So when I listen to music from the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, I don't have necessarily memories from that.
Yeah, you know what? I get that. Yeah. Because my like early 2000s music for me is sort of on that same page.
Semisonic closing time, honey.
Where it's like you listen to it once and it like hits you like that nostalgia, but it doesn't have repeated listenability. Because you're like, okay, I hear it. That was a great time, but I don't need to keep reliving that.
Yeah. I'm not a part of that life anymore, and I have a fondness for that time in my life. But it's no longer relevant. I don't need to think about that time in my life or that aspect of my life because it's gone. And I liked it, but I also like my current life.
Yeah.
And so I don't need to be like, oh man, those times were so fun and we used to get drunk and go clubbing, and I don't, that happened and it's cool that it happened. I'm glad that it happened, but I don't need to be reminded of it. And it's there. It's in my head. It's in my memory. But it doesn't serve me any purpose currently to listen to songs that bring up those memories. Even though they do get brought up here and there, just randomly. I mean, I think about Matt Furuzawa.
A song comes on 92.5.
3 days a week.
And you hear it.
Yeah. And like the old school hip hop and R&B. Many memories that have a special place in my heart, but I don't need to think about them. And these songs bring up that time. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to bring up that time.
That's good. You're not living in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very good.
Yeah. So, Usher.
I still want to watch Usher Tiny Desk.
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
Like, how do we get Tiny Desk?
Tiny
concert?
Desk. There we go.
NPR. And for people who don't know, that's where they go into an NPR office, right? And there's bookshelves and desks.
It looks like a college office.
Yeah.
Like there's the singers literally sitting or standing in front of a desk, and then they're surrounded by like 15 people in chairs. And
it's very low
bookshelves.
key.
It's very intimate.
It's very stripped down.
Adele's is great.
Yeah.
I recommend watching the Adele one. We're going to watch I want to watch the Usher one after this.
Okay.
Because I've heard it's really good.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
By the way, speaking of music, I work in a warehouse and there's a surplus operation under this warehouse. And so I go there and I hang out there and I'm observant of this. But they got a piano.
Where the heck did a piano come from?
That's what we can't figure out.
Oh, really?
A piano just showed up.
Don't you have a paper trail, like a receipt of how this
That's the best part. This is surplus, but there's zero inventory, and prices are made up on the spot.
By Mr. J. Kuntz.
Depending on the mood of Senior J. Kuntz. But a piano shows up. So I know Mary Had a Little Lamb on the piano, and I know do 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 dee dee dee. And I know that from the movie Big, starring Tom Hanks and Robert Loggia. So this whole week I've been kind of do 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 wailing on it, and the person in charge, more or less, of surplus, Joe Kuntz, has been like, "Don't play the piano. You're not allowed, because if you damage it,
I think you're selling it.
It's merchandise. It's a retail
Someone's
product.
Gonna be driving down Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And they're gonna hear like the faint tunes of dee 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 dee, and they're just gonna drive towards it and like, what is this musical sound I'm hearing?
Dee dee dee.
You're selling it for them, I think.
So I'm playing it the other day, and he starts to pull the little keyboard cover.
Yeah, the cover.
Yeah, over the keys.
Oh, smashing your fingers?
It wasn't that hard, but it was like closing time, semisonic, honey, closing time. But he let me know that it was enough, and I was like, okay. And I said, would you do that to Elton John? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, would you do it to Billy Joel? And he said, yeah. And I said, would you do it to Liberace? And he goes,
Oh, so he's a Liberace fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, who isn't? But then today I started wailing on it again.
The same song? The dee 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 dee. What is that song called?
I don't know.
It was in my head a few hours ago.
Dee dee. That's the only.
No, I forget.
That's the only song I know.
Dee 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 dee
dee dee dee dee dee dee. And then so he said, well, you can only play that if Matt Setchell sings along. And I said, listen, if you want to turn this into a Elton John, Bernie Taupin duo, we can do that. Ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah.
Okay, Len was here, then he disappeared.
And then, so I pitched to Joe Kuntz. I said, listen, the surplus is a commercial retail operation happening.
Right.
And I said, do you remember back in the day, Joe Kuntz, when you would walk into Nordstrom and there'd be a piano there and a guy wailing on the piano, like playing whatever he was playing, Chopin or whatever.
Chopin.
Yeah. And I was like, I will do that, Joe. I know one song.
I will be your Chopin.
I will play Mary Had a Little Lamb or dee 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 dee. But I will be that. And then I thought, what was that? Was it to relax the customers? Like, I feel so comfortable, so I'm going to buy an $80 Sean John sweatshirt right now.
I think it was to give the air of fanciness. Like, we're so fancy.
Yeah.
And this is such a highbrow establishment.
You're walking into Gucci, even though it was Macy's at Sunrise Mall. Am I right, Lennox? So then I thought about that, and then I thought about what happened to those guys, dude.
Yeah, I remember that from my childhood. And it's a lost art.
Yeah. I
say we bring it back. I think it's a beautiful piece of cultural relevance.
It is. It is. It was something nice, and now that piece of nice is gone. So he laughed at the notion.
America used to be a real country.
Yeah.
When we had piano players in our Macy's mall shopping centers.
Although Macy's, I associate Nordstrom.
Yeah, it was a step above. Yeah, Nordstrom for sure.
Yeah. So
those were the days.
Those were the days. Walking into a department store in a mall and hearing piano music. You felt like you were somebody.
You felt like royalty.
You felt like you were Drake shopping at the Louis Vuitton store. Alrighty. Well, are we done, honey?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try it a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up, Lennox. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. He's eating black watermelon now.
He's eating the best black watermelon from Dave's Farmer's Market in West Sacramento, California.
It's so flippin' good. And you have another black watermelon.
We have another, it's so good. I've been buying it weekly.
Yeah. They're fantastic.
And
please support our... Please
be sure to use our promo code for Trade Coffee. We don't have a promo code for Trade Coffee. By the way, coffee. I'm sorry. Coffee. I feel like I feel like it's beer. Where like, I don't care about. This is a stout. This is an IPA. This is a sour. This is a Hefeweizen. Like we get coffee. We drink coffee 5 to 6 days a week. Every morning. Yeah. And I just get great value.
You've been buying the cheapest stuff for years now.
And
so this is not a new revelation.
Yeah. Well, I my philosophy towards beer is the same as coffee. Just cheap as heck.
Yeah.
As low rent as heck.
Yeah.
Because we're there. I'm there for it's something hot. It's something cheap. You get a little caffeine jolt.
Yes.
And that's fine. So these people
agree.
Who grind their own beans and go to tradecoffee.com. I don't know if that's the actual website, but who get all involved in that. Whatever.
What are you shopping at Macy's in 1992 with a piano player?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want someone playing the piano while you get your Mr. Coffee carafe? Is that what you want? Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, we may have said that we're not going to vote for Denise, but we're still a good person, and I'm still a good people. Plurals, honey. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye-bye. Lennox, do you have anything to say? All right.
And
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer.